Hey guys, hope you're all well. Right, on with the next job. Footrests this morning. I'm going to get them sorted. I've got a few things ready, so we'll go through that in a moment and get them on and in place. First, I've had some bits turn up, so we're going to go through that. This is just the start of some of the bits, so there's plenty more to come as I go through the build. So we'll have a quick look at what we've got so far. So this is a delivery from Hitchcock's. To start with, we have the bar for the footrests. So yeah, we can get them sorted this morning, get them in place. So we'll go through that one first. What else? £324.61 in this box. Remainder of the spokes, I've already got the other spokes. These are out of stock when I ordered them, so that's sorted now. Stainless handlebar clamp, much better than the chrome ones, much better quality. In fact, I think it's British made. But yeah, some of the chrome ones are a bit questionable. So they're good. What are they for? Oh, that's a washer for the top nut, the stem nut, bolts for the stem nut, little ring for the neutral selector on the gearbox, and some seals. Kickstart spring, because I think that's failed. The kickstart doesn't want to seem to spring back up, so I'm guessing it's that, but we'll confirm that when we open the gearbox up. Should be two of them, yeah. Rim tape when we build the wheels back up. Oil filter. Selection of nuts and bolts. Them big ones are for the rear spindle. Gear lever. There's two gear levers. No, there should be two gear levers in there. Not that this bike has two gear levers, it's for another one. So two gear levers. Kickstart, folding kickstart this time, because the one that's on it is fixed, and the amount of times I have walked into that is ridiculous. So this one folds up out the way. Neutral finder lever. Hopefully that's good quality, it seems to be. I'm not going to unwrap them all yet till we're ready to use them. Two stainless plugs for the top of the forks. Another selection of nuts, bolts, washers and fixings of different types. Rear brake spring, that has to be slightly modified, but we'll go through that when we get to that bit. And a stainless stem nut. Again, much better than the chrome ones. And there's another fixing in there. Oh, I think it's the gearbox oil plug by the look of it. So yeah, so far there's the one big order. What I'll do as we go through the different stages of the bike, I'll order what's needed as we go along, especially when we start pulling the top off the engine and everything to inspect that. I'll just hang on for that order till I know exactly what we've got to get. Oh, this also came. Start of changing all the dodgy electrics out on the Enfield. I won't, yeah, there we go. A new stator, which is a lot better, sealed one. A lot better than what is on the bike. Keep that in the bag in here. So yeah, the parts are rolling in as we progress with the build. Lots more to come, but like I say, I'll get them ordered as I go through the bike, so we know we're getting the correct stuff. Right, let's get on with the footrest. Okay, start with, I want to loosen the exhaust pipe back up, just so it gives me a bit more space in there to start laying it out, because it is quite a tight spot to get everything in. We haven't got much space to have everything where we need it. It's all quite tight. So that, there we go. This clamp, I've only put that way so it's out of my way while I do this. When it's done, that clamp will sort of go under and over a bit, so it can't really be seen. Right, let's get the, where have I put it? There it is. Spin the nuts off. One this side and one round the other side. Right, so yesterday I spun these up, these spacers. You see one's longer than the other, because that's the other side's got to reach right out past the primary drive case, and this side just squeezes in there under the gearbox. So let me think, there's a way of doing this in order so we don't get mixed up. So let's squeeze the other side in first, which is this one. So we all hold that in place to start with. You see this bit that's cut out gives it a bit of space around the case in here. There we go. We'll just put that on for now. It's all a bit fiddly. Washer. So when we get these in place, we'll be able to adjust the brake lever to suit it all. There we go. And see, now that little cutout just gives me a bit more space around the casing. Okay. What am I doing? Ah, yeah, that's the one. So these are different as well, each side. This one's longer to obviously stretch over the exhaust pipe. Now to get my big fat clumsy fingers in here. No, I've dropped that already. Come on. That's the washer on. Oh, come on, start. There we go. So what we do, we get the footrest at the right angle, then that hexagonal bar that goes through is welded in from the inside of the shoe it's passing through, that's bolted to the gearbox. Then that obviously will keep everything in place. Right. I'm just going to knit the other side up, and then we'll be able to hold these exactly where we need them before I weld the bar. There we go. That'll do it. Obviously this gear lever's not set in the right place at all. In fact, let's get the new stuff on for now, so we can make sure everything's correct. Right. Yeah, as you can see, that is fixed. Brilliant for walking into and smashing your shins in. It's really, it's really good. Don't you just love doing that? Right. I'm only going to place these on just to make sure. I like to check absolutely everything so you don't have problems on final build. That's probably about where it will be. I've got to order the footrest rubbers. We'll get some nice ones for that. Let's get a wooden mallet just to help that out a bit. Let's see, it just flops down and the spring's gone. If we put it more upright for now, I'll keep it where it, in a better place just for now. I'm not going to force that all the way on. I'll probably open it up, so I don't want to be whacking onto that shaft at all. Yeah, that'll be fine. That'll be fine. Get some nice rubbers. I think that's in a decent place. Bring that up a bit. Yeah, that should be good. Obviously we've got all new, in fact I haven't ordered them yet, the little inspection covers. I'll get stainless ones. We've got the selector, we've got all new nut and washer for that, so just everything, all the fixings will be replaced so it all looks nice and fresh, and obviously everything else polished up. What are you doing, Bluey? Bluey's been telling somebody off in the garden. Who are you barking at? Hey? Who are you barking at? You daft lad. There we go, mate. Come on, you're going to start knocking things over. Okay. Oh, your fur's up. Put your fur down. He's telling somebody off. Right, first mismatch of parts. It's not a problem. I'll just have to solve it somehow. So I got these spindle nuts for the rear wheel with the big flange on, which matches that one I made. Basically, we got this. This is the one I made out of some strange bronzy type stuff. So when we put these on, it basically doesn't scuff all the powder off. It will spin on that. But there's a total mismatch of the threads. Now this is the trouble when you're messing with this old stuff. because obviously you can't get a gauge of all the changes it's had over the years. So you sort of order what you think's correct for the period of bike, and you do get mismatches. It's the way these are. So this thing's probably about 26 TPI, and the thread on this is extremely coarse. So what I'll probably do when the back wheel comes to pieces, I'll probably jump on my bike and fly over to Hitchcock's with this and get a spindle to match it. It's going to be the easiest way. You know, the spindle in this could have been mocked up out of another bike, it could have been made, anything could have gone on. So we'll just go and get the correct one so it all works for the easiest way, and it'll be all nice and new. What else we got? Oh, we've just had the electronic ignition turn up. So the electrical side of things is about sorted, apart from the Boya black box that gets rid of all the dodgy regulator rectifier on these bikes. In fact, I think I might have one of them, so I'll have a search around for that. I was hoping my 8mm brake rod would turn up, but it's not. So I'm going to do a little bit more work on the brake pedal to get that fitting nicer. So we've got to make a little bracket off here so we can sort of have a little bit of adjustment in the height. So when all the tension's there with the spring, that's got something to come up and rest on, and not resting on the nut of the footrest. So we'll sort all that out next. The distance is nice. It's about 5.5 inches, which is pretty much the same as most modern bikes, really. That sort of distance, yeah, 5.5, 6 inches on modern bikes. So distance is good. It just needs to have somewhere better to sit, which we'll do now. One more thing I want to go through before I get cracking on the rear brake pedal. You know I can't talk properly. So this bike was registered in the UK in 2002. It's on the logbook as historic. I've checked it out, and the year of manufacture is 1954. I'm sure I got that right. It was 1950s anyway. Let's just go there. So, one, I know this is a grey area because it's modified, but as a rule, bikes of that year no longer need an MOT. And the best thing, the road tax is completely free on this bike. So there's no cost there for anybody taxing the bike, which is brilliant. I will possibly get an MOT done on it. I don't know. I'm going to have a think about that, because this is not on the MOT database at all. It's never been on there. It's never had an MOT on it as far as I'm aware. Nothing flags up that it's ever been MOT'd. I'm going to get my friend to double check that on the proper system at the MOT centre to see if there is anything on it. Now, do I get an MOT on it and then it's on the database? You know, as soon as I've done that, it's on there. Or do I leave it so it stays off that MOT database? Let me know in the comments. I'm a bit unsure about this at the minute. The other thing, because of the year of manufacture, it does not need indicators. If this was my bike, I wouldn't put them on. Something like this, I can only imagine if I had it as well, it'd be just occasional use, that odd sunny morning or afternoon or whatever, a nice little plod round the lanes, and that's basically all this will be, I do believe, for somebody who ends up with this bike. Now, if, like I say, if it was mine, I wouldn't put indicators on it. Legally, it does not need them for that year. I'm trying to sell this because it's less for me to do. Less wires, no flash unit, no indicators, less clutter. And to me, if I was riding it, it'd be absolutely no issue just to pop my arm out if I was about to make a turn in. No issue at all. like I say, if it was a bike that someone rides every single day, commutes on, travels on, then maybe yes, indicators, yes. But again, let me know in the comments. I personally wouldn't put them on. I personally wouldn't put this on the MOT database, but that's just my thoughts. Less the better, if you know what I mean. And so all someone's got to do is basically insure it. That is it. And for us older folks, something like this is normally about £60 a year. So yeah, like I say, I know the MOT is a bit of a grey area because it's modified, but let's be fair to the sort of untrained eye, this, with the way I'm doing it, will literally look like a classic bike. You know, it won't look like a highly modified machine. It will just look like a classic bike, especially with all the colours we're going for and everything. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you think to some of that, and it might give me some ideas of what avenue I'm going to take with this. I've let you know my personal thoughts, so I know there's going to be various sort of what you agree on sort of thing, but we'll see what happens in the comments. Anyway, I'm going to get on with the rear brake pedal. Right, I have a plan for the rear brake pedal. So I've reshaped it, so it's got a bit of a dog leg thing going on. That's got it past this nut here to sort of get it up higher from ground level. What I normally do is put an adjuster off this to the top of the brake pedal here. So I've changed my mind on that, and I'm going to try and do it sort of hidden at the back here. So what I've got, I've done this little bracket here. We're bolting it. That bolt's only temporary. We'll put a nicer one in than that. So that is going to go under there, and that is actually going to be fitted to the frame. We'll tack that on in a moment, and then we'll have this little tab here on the actual brake pedal. So that should give us some adjustment of height of the brake pedal, and it's fairly hidden. So I'm going to get a glove on and try and tack that in place. And that's got it. Obviously I'll do all the final welding when the bike comes apart. That could do with being a bit longer. Definitely. Right, that tab needs to be longer. I've cut it too short. It would do it, it will catch it, but I want it to line up. Yeah, it catches the bolt. No, I want it to line up. I want to make it longer. That's better. Right, hold that with a magnet and get that tacked on. I think this is going to work all right. A bit of paint there bubbling up, so I'll clean that up properly before I do any more welding on that. Yeah, that is going to work. That's it. That'll stop the brake pedal from rising up too far. It's got to stop there, which we can adjust to bring the pedal down or let it go up as far as. So I've set it so the pedal goes up a little bit too far and what it would be comfortable with your foot, just to give us adjustment both ways. So when obviously that's all got the brake rod on with the spring, that'll automatically pull it back and hit the stop we've just done. which is adjustable and sort of hidden. There we go. So if you're looking down on the bite, you don't really see much. We'll have a much better bolt in there, which will be a lot shorter as well. I'll probably put a bit of a gusset on this tab to make it stronger. So yeah, it'll literally come up and hit the stop to where you adjust that bolt to. I say from up here, you don't see anything, and where I normally put them, it keeps all that free, clutter free, really. I think that's a bit better. I think I'm going to put a bit of a tack on this now, and then confirm that when I get the brake rod, so we know it's all correct. Okay, that'll do for this video. I'm still going to carry on through the day. What's next? 2 jobs. Side stand, top bracket on the mudguard. I keep putting that off, don't I? I'm just trying to get my head around something simple and nice. I'll get there. Something will spring to mind. I have got a few ideas floating around, so that will probably be the very last job that I do on it before the whole thing comes apart. Like I say, I'm waiting for the brake rod just to finalise the brake. I think everything's going to be okay. And yeah, side stand and mudguard. That's it. We will be coming to bits. So we're getting very, very close to strip down, which I'm pretty sure will be this week. I'm sort of 99% positive. Anyway, that'll do. On with the next job. Cheers for watching, guys. Take care, everybody.